It is tequila o'clock. What better time of day? Ooh, yeah. Oh. Well, I have no one really to share this with. I figured I would enjoy it anyway. Come here. Being a little stubborn. Just needs a little dribble. There you go. Grand Marnier. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that, real lime by the people who gave us Ville Wamon. Yeah. For those of you who are sufficiently pretentious, and it even squirts. Yeah, when you squeeze it. Let's see how that tastes. Oh, yeah. Because it is tequila o'clock. Oh. It turned out to be a gorgeous day. I'm not sure how we pulled that off. My peppers are here. Hello and hello. Yeah, they're doing good. My sunflowers are dying, sadly. But, yeah, everybody dies. The point is to live before you die. Meh. Actually needs a bit more of the real lime. Yeah. Oh, wow. Whew. So. The flat earthers and the young earthers are becoming increasingly interchangeable and becoming increasingly absurd in their pursuit of defending and justifying batshit insanity. I'm not really sure that the earth can sustain such a mighty implosion of dumb fuckery. I'm really not. These are not sane, functional people. They are fucked, to use the correct term. Okay. They are fucked. And not in a good way. Although you never know what goes on in the rectory. Oh, perfect. Just need a little more Grand Marnier. Yeah. You never know what goes on in the rectory of the church. And I wouldn't put it past some of these preachers to be banging their congregants during the off hours. Nor would I put it past some of the congregants to meekly submit to such banging. Yeah. It's kind of the way things are when you're a religious fundamentalist fanatic. All moral and ethical principles and all dignity, personal integrity all go straight out the window. Because after all, when you're a fundamentalist fanatic, it's not about the truth anymore. It's not about the facts. It's not about reality. It's about proving that you really do believe unquestioningly everything that you're being fed. So when the preacher says that if you pull down your pants and bend over, I'll cure your cancer with my magic wand, you believe, even when you know he's just going to shove his dick up your ass. Yeah. That's the kind of people that young earthers are, really. They're people who believe whatever bullshit they're fed because they want to prove that they love Jesus more than you do. Yeah. They want to prove that they love Jesus more than they love their families. They want to prove that they love Jesus more than they love anything except money. Because they always love money more. Yeah. And that's just the shit that we have to deal with in this world. religious fundamentalists are all greedy bastards. And that's another characteristic that they have in common. Greedy, crass materialists. Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah. But it is tequila o'clock and it is a Sunday evening. My day is coming to an end and I am relaxing and taking it easy. And my downstairs neighbor is a little suspicious looking. Little odd, don't you think? Yeah. Yeah. So let's recap. The Earth, planet Earth, is 4.5 billion, with a B, years old. Humans evolved from proto-humans, who evolved from proto-proto-humans, who evolved from something that was a little less human. Maybe it was from a branch that also branched off to give us lawyers. Yeah. So one branch became humans, the other branch became lawyers. Yeah. I think I'll accept that. Yeah. 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 Gotta say, this COVID has made everybody just a little bit crazy, myself included. On my day off from work, I am drinking alone, which is probably not healthy, but what the fuck, I've earned it. Because the COVID is fucking us up. It's fucking up everybody. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. And what can you do? So life evolves. It's an ongoing process. The universe is 15 billion years old, and the Earth is round. It is an oblate spheroid that orbits the Sun and is tied to the Sun by gravity. And we are tied to the Earth by gravity. And yes, the seas are bound to the Earth by gravity. And no, gravity is not a force that pulls us down to a point below the Earth. It is a point that pulls us to the center of the Earth, which is why people can walk on Australia and why water doesn't run off the sides of the Earth. Because gravity isn't pulling down away from the Earth, it's pulling down to the center of the Earth. My God, these people didn't even take basic fucking physics. So no, the Earth is not a spinning ball, it is a planet. Like any other planet. It's an oblate spheroid, and it does have a distinct period of rotation, 24 hours, plus or minus a few seconds. And it orbits the Sun every 365 and a quarter days. Or is that 364 and a quarter? I forget which, but one or the other. And the Sun is rocketing through the universe, well, through the galaxy, as it moves relative to the center of the galaxy at millions of miles per hour. Yes, and such speeds are within reason when one is dealing in the relativistic universe of galactic and universal scales. And somewhere there is a beautiful woman who dreams of a threesome. Quite possibly involving me. Yes, it is a reasonable possibility, far more reasonable than the possibility that a God whose name is God sent his penis, called the Holy Spirit, to sodomize a little 12-year-old virgin girl named Mary in Palestine during the Roman period, and that she gave birth to God as Jesus, who sacrificed himself to himself so that he could forgive us for not being perfect. I mean, seriously, that is fucked. Whereas the idea of a woman wanting to bring me into a threesome, that is pretty reasonable, I think. I think it is. I think it is perfectly reasonable, and we should certainly entertain that probability far more than we should entertain the notion of a God named God sacrificing himself to forgive us for not being perfect. I mean, honestly, what makes more sense? Yeah. Uh, yeah. So no, I won't be worshiping any magical thug slash pedophile anytime soon, but I will certainly be acknowledging the reality of a spherical Earth that orbits the sun and rotates on its axis, because that is painfully self-evident when one actually pays attention. And that's the thing. Pay attention to what's around you, not what's written in ancient fairy tales. Because, yes, you can believe all kinds of nonsense about Mother Goose and the big bad wolf and Jesus and Peter Pan and Mohammed cleaving the moon. Or you can accept observable reality. And observable reality is that the moon has not been cleft, and that the whole story of Jesus is nonsense. Anywho, all you good folks need to enjoy the day and remember that it is tequila o'clock somewhere. And enjoy. I know I shall. Good night, ladies.